How are we doing, you beautiful people? Kanzi here, bringing you episode 11 of Rise of the Holy Nation Iron Man playthrough. In between episodes we had the second watchtower finish. We're going to use this watchtower for cooking, for food storage and for crop storage. We're only 2 farmers' notebooks away from being able to start our farming, which is going to leave us in a super good situation. But with that, obviously we're going to be able to store everything there, and then down on the low ground we're going to have the farms. But having the crops near to the cooking facilities is just going to speed the process up. We have the Holy Nation prayer day, and we're going to send Peter over to talk to them. Peter seems to like the Holy Nation, hence the name Peter the Hermit. We'll skip through some of this because I'm sure you guys don't want to read all the dialogue for the prayer day, and we are going to carry on with this episode. We need to put in some hemp storage, some green fruit storage, and then some cabbage storage. We'll try to get in a third watchtower this episode as well. So we're going to put it in the place where I showed you last episode, which is going to be overlooking the kill zone. So pretty soon we are going to be in a super mean defensive position. It looks pretty straight and pretty flat, so I'm kind of happy with that. That is not too bad. We might use this for our armory, or we might use it for the barracks. I haven't quite decided, because I might make the armory further back, for the simple reason that the further away my smiths are from the fight, the less chance they have of getting hurt. And then obviously when your smiths get hurt, their stats go down, and when their stats go down they produce lower quality equipment, which is not something that we want. But this base is slowly starting to shape up, and then once it's done, this place is going to be like nigh on impossible to attack, and it's going to be a true fortress monastery. Gonna check in on the events planner, and we have a bandits raid going to be heading to our base soon, and a Oni's assault. Not too much to worry about. The Oni's assault is going to be a slight issue, but they normally come in small numbers, so long as we can gang up on them and take them out, we should be alright. If anyone gets knocked down, the Onis will capture them and torture them until they die. But what we are going to need to do, yep, there is the bandits rage coming in. We're going to get everyone, and we're going to bring them together, take them off passive, take them off jobs, and then we are going to go in and pick a fight with some bandits. We now have everyone together, so we are heading over to the bandit rage. If we go in piecemeal, we will most likely get torn apart, so we're going to get everyone and engage at the same time. This way they can't use their numbers against us. We're only what looks like a few short to their numbers. Their guys are going to be a little bit better. Their equipment's not as good, but they do have a lot of crossbow men, which will keep our guys stun locked. We've got Gnu to drop the body, so hopefully he can fight a little bit better, and then we're going to go in and see what the bandits want. Alright, it looks like it was a bandit shakedown. So this means they're not going to attack us, they are going to try to run away. So what we're going to do is we'll get everyone to charge them down, and we will try to kill as many as we can before they retreat. The more dust bandits we can kill, obviously better training, but the world's just a better place without dust bandits. I am not a massive fan of them, they're super annoying, so the more we can kill, the happier we're going to be. There are a bunch of Narkos in that group as well, so it is our duty as Okronites to take them down. And the ones that we can't send to the Holy Mine to be sent to rebirth, so they can be reborn, we will give them Okran's blessing of death. Or whatever the Okronites would say, let's just kill some Shek, let's kill some dust bandits, and let's get in. Gnu's already getting stuck in. Pete is getting involved, everyone else seems to be doing pretty well, and it looks like we are ganging up. So when one of our guys gets an attack off, they seem to stop and fight us, and then everyone else just piles in, and yeah, we are tearing them apart. Turns out their orderly retreat isn't so orderly, and they are going to have a bad time from this. Annoyingly, the dust bandits did manage to disengage and run away. They left like 2 dust bandits behind, which all of our characters aggroed onto, and then they ran away. Oya chased them, but unfortunately he did get taken down by the dust bandits. Not a massive issue, we got a few more medikits now this time around, and then Gnu was able to go and heal him. We're going to get everyone back onto their jobs, everyone back onto passive, and then we are going to get to work on building this base. We'll finish off building the research tower, so we're going to need to put a writing desk in, some parchment storage, and a parchment processor. We have Mika on the parchment processor, and we are going to use little Jimmy on the writing desk. He is our main researcher, so when he's not researching, he can be producing books. Going to create a third squad, and that third squad is going to be for all of the smiths. The third watchtower is now complete, so we're going to put in the fourth watchtower. The fourth watchtower we are going to use for the armory, and the third one is going to be for the barracks. We are running pretty low on fabric at the moment, so we are going to go on a supply run to try to get some more. Thinking this base is going to end up looking pretty nasty by the time it's finished. It's going to be super difficult to attack. Everyone's going to be funneled into a choke point, and there's all going to be harpoons raining down on them. I think we are going to be in a super super amazing situation real soon. Time to get the barracks sorted. Like I said, we will not have enough fabric to build all of these beds, but if I get them down each time we do get fabric, we will be able to build more and more of them. We are limited on places that we can get fabric from, for the simple fact we can't go to the hub, we can't go to the rebel outpost. We've annoyed a bunch of other clients within the Holy Nation, so we're not allowed to trade with them. So there's only a couple places, and I think Stack is one of the only ones that we'll be able to trade with at the moment. But we do have a little bit of fabric. That should get about 3 or 4 beds going if we're lucky. We sent Peter off to Bad Teeth to see if there were any supplies. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get anything to be able to help build our base, but on the way out we did find a group of Onis. We're going to take the Onis down because they will drop advanced medikits, robotic repair kits, and then also sometimes their weapons and their armor are worth selling. And right now we don't have much to trade, so we can just take them down, get a bit of extra supplies that's going to be useful. Also they're robots, so we kind of have to attack them on sight, seeing as we are the Holy Nation. We have taken the first Oni down. It's got the repair kit, it's got the medikit, and it has a weapon that's going to sell for about 2,300, which is going to be super sweet. Its armor isn't going to sell for a massive amount, but right now we'll get about $1,000 for it, which is going to be decent for us, seeing as we are running low on money. But it looks like the Onis up ahead have gotten a fight with the Holy Nation, so we best go and help our brothers out and liberate these Onis' equipment so they can't fight us. Or whatever Peter would say. I'm not that much of a pious man to understand the lingo, not big in the scene. Can't see this Oni staying up for very long against that many Holy Nation, so that is going to be pretty sweet. That gear was going to be able to fund our war effort, which funnily enough is going to be partly against them. The armor's not very good, weapon was pretty decent, and also the medical supplies are always useful. They are going to take down some bulls, which means we're going to be able to loot them for a whole bunch of meat and animal hides. We now have some triangle bandits trying to get involved as well, so we're going to take this chance to loot everything that we can. So that's going to be all the meat, any decent equipment, anything that will sell for a decent amount. And these triangle bandits have medikits. They're only basic medikits. Right now we are super hurting for medical supplies, so anything we can get is going to be a bonus. We have got pretty lucky with that. With everything we've looted off the triangle bandits, the Onis and the bulls, I reckon that should net us about 10 grand. We will continue on our way up to Blister Hill and hopefully we can get some fabric there. We have stopped by our old house at Blister Hill. We're just picking up all of the resources that we couldn't take with us. Some of this stuff will sell, some of it we'll take back to the base. We also stopped by the bar and sold the kit off. Unfortunately, they didn't have any medical supplies. We'll continue to the construction shop and see if they have any fabrics for us. And it would seem that we've annoyed this Holy City client, so we can't trade at the construction store anymore, which isn't an issue. That's what happened when we took up the contract with the gate guards. Slight inconvenience, but it just means we're going to have to head down to Stack instead. We are going to the bar. We're going to sell off the martial arts bindings because we will not need them at the moment. We're going to be able to produce our own armor real soon, and this will just be a nice extra amount of cats for us. We have just gone down the market stalls, brought up all of their green fruit and the electric components they had, but it seems that we have a recruit in this bar, which I think will be a good addition to the team because we are in need of labourers right now. We will recruit Evelyn and then we will send her straight back to the base. If she can make the run to the base, she can join us. If she can't make it, well, then it's survival of the fittest. No skin off my back. We're going to stop by the adventurers store, so if they've got anything for us. They got some medical supplies, a little bit of fabric, and we need an extra rucksack for at the base. Last stop in Blister Hill is to check the headgear store, see if they've got anything. I'm not expecting miracles, I'm not expecting much, but a couple schematics would be awesome, because we do not have any schematics for headgear at the moment, and a lot of our guys are without helmets. This Raider helmet looks pretty good. It's got pretty good stats considering it's shoddy grade, and it doesn't have many debuffs. It only offers 90% protection to the head, but I reckon that will probably work quite nicely with the Holy Nation chestplate. Unfortunately, they don't have the schematic for it, but it is something that we can now keep an eye out for. Peter took a detour and went to the Holy Nation military outpost. We want to see if there's anything there. Turns out nothing too useful to us. But what we have run into the issue of is guys that are starting to spread out of our base and go into the lowlands. So we're going to need to regroup everyone back to the base and keep an eye on this. It's normally not an issue if Peter's around because he can go and help them out. But without Peter, we've only got GNU. Progress on the 4th watchtower is coming along quite nicely, and Evelyn isn't dead yet. So that is also another good thing. I might have forgotten the copper raw storage, so we're going to put that in now so we can start to stockpile the copper, because we will need it later on when we start having to use electrical components. Peter has made it down to stack. We found Lorena in a bar for 3,000 cats, so we hired her. We're going to run her back to the base. Same rules apply for her. If she can run to the base without any supplies and not die, she's worthy of joining. If she does die, yet again, not an issue, not worthy of joining. We killed a couple bulls on the way from Blister Hill to stack, so we're just going to sell off those supplies. We're not going to get much for it, but it's going to be a couple thousand. We do have a second recruit that we can hire. This is Elma. She wants 3,000 cats, so we will pay that. And same thing for the other two. She needs to run to the base, and if she can make it without supplies and not get killed off by something, she can join. But if she dies, she dies. We went to the helmet vendor, and he had the schematic for the Raider helmet. So now, as soon as we can start armor production, we have everything sorted other than shirts. We stopped by a couple more stores, we managed to get some more fabric, and now we are going to head back to the base. Jimmy has made a bunch of research books. With those research books, we're going to chuck them into the research lab, and now we can get to learning how to make concrete walls. Once we get these concrete walls, we can wall off the area and properly get to fortifying. Once that's all done, we can then get onto farming, and we are going to be in a super sweet situation. The fourth watchtower is now built. This is our armory, so we're going to put a heavy plate armor smith in. We're going to put a plate station and a weaponsmith. We're not going to be able to produce too much now because we are super limited on fabric, so we're going to need to wait until we can get the farming basics done, and then we can start hemp production. With the hemp production we can create fabrics, and then we're going to be able to kick out all of the weapons and armor that we want. We finally have concrete walls researched, so we're going to put the first set of walls in here. This is going to stop people coming up and down the path, and then we're going to have 2 more sections that we need to wall off. The second set of walls are now put in as well. This means there's only one entrance now in the back, and we're just about to wall that off. And once that's done, the only way into the base is going to be through the choke point at the front. And once that's done, we can start chucking up all the harpoons that we want, and everything is just going to get shredded before it can even get close to our base. Finally, the third and final wall has been put in. So this back section now is secure. They have to go through the front of the base to get into here, and we're going to be able to turn this into a massive farming zone. There's also an iron resource node there and a copper node as well. An issue we were going to run into was we wouldn't have enough iron to turn it into iron plates to make armor and weapons at the same time. But with that second node, we should be able to pump out all of the weapons that we want. And would you look at that, a bunch of Narkos and skellies have shown up. Not actual skeletons, but they have skeleton limbs, which makes them skeletons in our mind. So we're going to do the only thing the Oakronites can do, and that is to purge them. We would take them to the holy mines, but I don't think we're going to have a chance, so we're just going to give them the brace of death instead. I think that makes sense. That's pretty Oakronite-y. The amount of times my colonies have been wiped out by the holy nation, and they don't take you to rebirth, they just go in and kill you. So we're going to do that to the Traders Guild because I think that is the only fair thing to do. They do have some decent equipment on them. Some of them have some decent grade hunting sabers. So after this fight's over, we are going to be able to go and loot those and give them to our characters that don't have weapons. Unfortunately, we cannot take their armor because it is a faction uniform. Not the end of the world, because I think we're probably only about 5 days away from being able to produce our own kit. And as soon as we can start doing our own kit, it is going to be better quality than any of this garbage that the Traders Guild are wearing. It'll be decent if you don't have armor, but we're going to be kicking out high grade and specialist kit real soon. Speaking truthfully, I thought we would be doing a lot better than this. We are not doing well. Most of our guys are down. Kelsey seems to be doing alright for herself, which I'm kind of surprised about. She was a newer recruit, not our newest recruit, but a newer one. But she is holding her corner pretty well. I doubt she's going to be able to fend off 3 Traders Guild, so she's not going to be in the fight for long. Peter and Gnu, well, you know, it's those two. They're my main 2 characters, and they will just absolutely shred the Traders Guild, but everyone else is going down. And once the attacks start getting bigger, I will not be able to rely on Gnu and Peter to be able to hold the line just by themselves. I am going to need a better backbone. As you can see in the background, our guys are running around and healing everyone up. We are low on beds, so a lot of the guys aren't getting rescued that would be, but that is soon to be fixed. I do enjoy seeing the Traders Guild Garus getting involved, because it's basically just a delivery system of free supplies. So we're going to be able to get farmers' notebooks off them, medical supplies, fabrics, electrical components, and a bunch of other stuff that we are going to be able to sell. So I reckon each Garu running around, you'll probably be able to get 20 grand off. Not to mention that there's going to be animal levers in that, and a bunch of raw meat, which is always useful for us. Luna has got back up, so she'll be getting into the fight. The rucksack she's using does mess up her attack, so she isn't a great fighter at the moment. But once I have the colony stabilised, I'm going to be able to start moving my characters around and then moving the kit. So the guys that are going to be fighting won't have backpacks, so we don't need to worry about the skill penalties. And then the labourers and that will have the backpacks, so they can be more efficient at moving stuff around. But this is what I mean about the supplies. Yeah, I reckon that's probably about easy 10,000 cats in there. We'll just take what we need for the moment, just in case it despawns, because I have a habit of things despawning on me at the moment. So we'll take what we want, and then what we can do is we'll just get back to the battle. Then next chance we have, we'll go and loot it properly. Gnu has found something, so someone is about to have a really bad day, and it is a bugman. Looks like he's got a decent longsword as well, so we will be taking that at the first chance that we get. That bugman will not stand a chance. There really isn't many of us left in this fight, but nor is there many traders guild left. And once they start going down, if they try to get back up, they will not do very well. We are just going to loot the caravan leader, because sometimes they have a decent amount of money. This time, not too much. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, and we are scraping the bottom of the barrel. That bugman's doing a lot better than I thought he would. And as soon as that bugman goes down, we are going to take out that crossbow user, because crossbow users are the bane of my existence in this playthrough. You just get chain locked, and you just get absolutely done in. But yeah, that seems to be the last of the Traders Guild. But then again, taking a kicking in Kenshi is always a good thing. And once we get a proper chance to start looting these guys, some of them have some very decent hunting sabers. I reckon they are going to be at least a Katin model. I'm not sure which grade, but that is going to be better than some of the stuff that our new recruits have. Our new recruits are still just rocking with the weapons that we got them with, and they are normally rusted junk and even worse quality than that. So those are going to be super useful for us. But it looks like Traders Guild has had a second wind. Turns out not much of a second wind. They pretty much all just went down to one cleave. But what they have had is a continuous stream of reinforcements coming in. They've only been coming in one or twos, so they've been super easy to deal with. And in that time, what we've done is we have gone round and looted all the medikits, all of the coins, and all of the decent weapons that we could get off them. Before we forget, we need to put in some armoured plate storage. We are already producing the armoured plates, so once we can actually get to producing the armour, once we have the fabric, we are going to be in a super sweet situation to be able to kick out a whole ton of armour super quickly. The walls are going up super quickly, and so we're in a situation where we are nearly walled in. And we have managed to get the farming basics sorted as well. This means that we can now start our farming. We're a little bit way off from being able to get hemp, but it's only 1 or 2 farmers notebooks that we'll need. And when that is done, we can produce the fabric. With the fabric, obviously, we can produce the armor, we can produce the weapons, and with those, we will be in the situation to be able to take the fight to the Shek. We'll take the Shek out first, and then we'll move to United Cities. And it is on this high note I need to bring the episode to an end. So thank you very much for watching episode 11 of Rise of the Holy Nation. I have been Konzi. All your likes, comments, subs, support have been amazing. You guys are awesome, and I'll catch you on the next one.